Yo, this is Beck again. Surprise! I'm gonna show you three different search engines and how they work. And it's pretty straightforward, you already know how they work, but we're just gonna do a bit of a comparison. And I've not done this before ever, with like done a comparison across these three with the same flights. So I've plugged in some details to this here is Google Flights. Does it say that anywhere? There it is. And I'm going to show you, well, let's just see what happens. And I'm using the same flight across all three. So Bangkok to Amsterdam on Wednesday, the 16th of November, and then Amsterdam to New York City on the 16th of January. So I'm going to go to Europe for 2 months and then go to New York. I wish. So here we go. 1465 is the cheapest flight that comes up. Now I'm doing a multi-city search, remember. So I'm not searching in the way that I normally would if I was flight hacking, but we can do the same thing after and see how it goes. So here's the flights in here, they're set, and with Google Flights it just comes up automatically. So if we click on this, it's going to show us. And you know what's cool about Google Flights? I'll give you this, Google Flights. It tells you all this cool stuff about your plane. So you can see that you've got Wi-Fi. Whoa, that's awesome. In-seat and USB power and on-demand video. That's pretty cool. I don't know if it's worth paying an extra $1,000 for. Some people might. I probably wouldn't. I can think of other things to do with $1,000. But you can see there, these are the options. So 1465 is the cheapest one, Alitalia and Etihad. So now we're going to go to Momondo, where I've put the same stuff. Boom, 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 boom. Yes. Search. So it doesn't come up automatically. You've got to search for it. Totally cool. And I'm actually going to do the same. Should I do the same thing on? Just taking a. Whoa. Okay. A lot cheaper. A lot cheaper. 603 euros. Why is it in euros? Can I change this somewhere? What's this? Let's change the currency so we know what we're talking about. USDs. I never use Momondo, and to be fair, it's not that bad. I mean, that's less than half the price of what Google Flights just was. So, why was Google Flights? Let's see why Google Flights was so expensive. It doesn't have Norwegian Air on there, which is a bit of a problem, Google Flights. That's right, I talked to flight search engines. So the reason this one's pretty cheap is because, and it's not that cheap, it's like, that's probably what someone would pay if they were going to do this trip. Bangkok to Amsterdam. Oh, they must, I wonder if they took it together or not. That's really weird. We shall find out. And, oh, they're not in order? Cheapest. That's weird. Maybe that's cheapest non-stop. Oh, okay. Norwegian and SAS. Norwegian and Aeroflot. Okay. Interesting. I wonder if Momondo checks, like, adds different flights together. I guess we'll find out. So anyways, that's what came up for Momondo. Now let's go to Kayak. Same thing. 16th of January. Search. And so many people use Kayak. And so many people use Google Flights. I think less people must use Momondo. Alright. $6.75 with Kiwi.com. Interesting. Norwegian, multiple airlines. So far, and it looks like it's just because Google Flights doesn't, for some reason, check Norwegian Air's fares. Which is really weird, because Norwegian Air's a fairly good big airline. $6.54 versus, a little bit cheaper on Kayak. Hacker fare. 2 stops. Okay, now, just for fun, So it doesn't tell you, obviously there's no way to see multiple dates. So it's like, oh, I don't really want to travel on that particular day. I just want to go there. I just want to go there on the cheapest flight. There was that option, wasn't there? Let's have a look. No, it doesn't really say that here. Let's see if another one does. No, you can't choose like, oh, you'd have to search 2 different flights to look at, or you'd have to search. It does make it difficult for people, doesn't it? Because if you wanted these 2 flights as a multi-city, you can't see the different dates, that like which date would be cheaper. Like you might be able to fly on the 17th of November and the 15th of January and save money, but you don't know. That's annoying. Okay, let's try Google Flights. Longer or more expensive? No, okay. Now I did see something earlier where I searched, let's see if we can do it now. Get rid of that, one way. Bangkok to, let's just say Bangkok to Amsterdam. 288. China Airlines. Oh, it's because they don't have, wait, that's Norwegian there. So why wouldn't they give us the option of Norwegian? This is the thing. I'm starting to rant now, but you really do have to keep checking your flights, like really shop around, because you just never know what they're going to find or not find. Like for some reason the Norwegian flight didn't show up on Google Flights, but now it is, and it's $3.59 one way. But if you book to Oslo, here you go, date tip. That's cool. I wonder what the range is. No, it's not that. Okay, if you leave the day after, save, yeah, $100, more than $100. 224. Now I've seen flights from Bangkok to, where are we going? Oslo, for 155. So it's not like it's going to drop to 155. That's super, super doubtful. Usually they just kind of put a few seats in the 155 bucket, and then, you know, once those are gone, they're gone for those days. Still really cheap, 224, and then you can get another flight for 30 or 40 bucks to Amsterdam, which still saves you almost $100 or over $100 on you know, what that was before, and you're just traveling the next day. So it's really important to be flexible with your dates. Those are my yeah, my top tips is to be flexible with your dates, and be flexible with your destinations, you know, with where you're going. You know, have a day or two in your stopover if you want. Obviously, if you book with Kiwi.com, they take care of the stopover scenario for you. So if your flight's delayed or something, that will pay to get a new one. So let's take this out and see what happens. What? 360, 286. That is fairly similar. Is there anything that tells us that it's cheaper the day before? No. Interesting. Let's see if we... Oh, it might not be cheaper the day before unless you're flying into... What? See, how are you supposed to know it's cheaper the day before? You'd have to actually manually search. Yes, show me everything. You just showed me what you showed me before. That's not helpful. Okay, Kayak. Come on, Kayak. Let's get rid of this. Let's go with a one-way. And the 16th of November. They're all recommending Kiwi.com anyway, and Kiwi.com is so much better than these. No, I don't want a price alert. Okay, so is there anything that tells us it's cheaper on a different day? No, let's try. I mean, they're pretty much the same. Not that. Let's try Oslo. Same day, search. Kayak checks all these other things, or maybe it doesn't. It just said. I mean, you can open up different windows, but I hate that. Bangkok to Oslo, November 16th, 414. Oh, okay, 304. We're still going. I got ya. We done? 304. So even, what was this? Google Flights wins this round. Oh no, that's the day after. So let's try the 17th. I wonder if this is boring for people to watch. I'm like well into it though. I guess I'll just keep going. 316. Are you still working over here? No, it looks like that's it. And I guess Google Flights, which is weird because at the beginning it didn't show us anything. You can still flight hack with Google Flights. You can still flight hack with any of these, and by flight hack obviously I just mean break up this segment and not use this. Just break up your different segments and search for them one at a time. So you do have to kind of maybe keep a pen and paper or an Evernote thing or screenshots or however you want to do it. But search Bangkok to Oslo or Bangkok to Amsterdam and then get the price and then book a new ticket. Maybe don't buy this one until you've checked the other segments. Make sure that everything's what you want. But when you have a few segments together, buy them all separately on like separate payments. So like you could buy one from Google Flights and you could find another one that was cheaper on Kiwi.com, or you could, if you found a cheap one somewhere else, you could buy that, and they're all separate and that's totally cool. If you do buy them all from Kiwi.com, they do have that guarantee though. So, man. I just don't like any of these, okay? I don't know why people use them. You deal with all this crap over here, and you got to have something that's fairly consistent. So I recommend using Skyscanner just to search, because it's so much easier, especially the mobile version. If you've got it on your phone, it's really quick. Like I literally just sit in bed and look at flights sometimes. Like in the mornings, I'll just like look up the route of the day that I've started to record, the route of the day, and find cheap stuff really quick. Like here, you kind of like, oh, I don't know, it doesn't really help you suggest anywhere, but you can do Bangkok to the United States or everywhere or anything just within one click. Again, do not use this. This is the stupidest thing ever. And I don't really believe in round trip tickets unless you're going on like your 2-week vacation or something like that, which Nomad Fly is not good for you if you're doing that kind of stuff. Just the Nomad Fly is good for people who are doing epic trips, long, like trips with more than one place, trips that aren't just a regular return trip. Even if you do have a return trip, actually, you could do like a two different one ways, and it might end up being cheaper, but it's worth checking. Anyway, this video is pretty long, so I'm going to stop now.